What's up? You're off in God's country with Reid,
Dan is bold.
also known as the Brothers Hunt, where we take a weekly drive to the intersection of country music and outdoors. Two things that go together like Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. A big fight, yeah. And
I can't do the beat and talk at the same time. Michael Heeney on the same rhyme, dropping his CMA picks in a little bit. So stay tuned in if you want it. Brought to you by MeatEater and iHeart Podcast.
yeah, take it back.
I don't remember what happens after that.
Take the beat back. Yeah. We're coming to you live from the God's Country Studios where we're doing things a little different today.
I'm done. Yeah, we are. Because we got canceled on 10 minutes before.
That's all good.
It's all good.
It happens.
Though.
It's Nashville.
It happens, man.
Yeah,
People got to cancel.
We're going to have the guy back. He's a buddy of ours.
Yeah, sure, buddy.
We're doing things a little different setup.
If you couldn't tell by the rapping.
Gonna have some video calls, some rut reports.
A lot of rapping today.
A lot of rapping, a lot of bad rapping.
A lot of freestyle.
Some CMA predictions from somebody who knows more.
Industry insider.
Industry breaking news.
That's not the one. See, I hear like.
Yeah, that's right.
Nobody knows what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Go.
Speaking of, I know I said about that. Are we
Freestyle.
Yeah, we're just freestyling right now. I don't know what we're doing.
Off the dome.
That's what happens though. It's an entertaining day.
Did you see that fight though?
Yeah, did you see that fight?
I watched the whole thing.
I did
not watch the whole thing.
I'd have been real mad if I'd have paid for it, and I was gonna pay for it to watch it.
You were?
Yeah, just because it's like, and I'm mad. I'm mad that I would have paid for it because like used to those. Like the biggest boxing matches in the world were Tyson and Holyfield or Tyson and Lennox Lewis. And like those were heavyweight title fights that you paid for and you got every penny it was worth every penny.
It's a little scammy Kershaw.
Now it's like, yeah, it's the what are they called? Influencer boxing and all that stuff. And I hate that fight. It was the biggest fight that night. And there were probably other fights. I will say the Katie Taylor, the featherweight with Barrios and Ramos was a great fight.
He has a funny name, Mario Barrios.
Yeah, and then Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano fight, female or not, that was one of the best. That was one of the best fights I've seen in a long time.
You know what it reminded me of? I got two cats, Reba and Martha.
Okay,
and they throw flurries like that. Fa, 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 fa. I mean, it was just like punches and punches on top of punches, and they were just taking it. Two
different kinds. Yeah, like
both that giant gash over
both southpaws. So they're banging heads and cutting each other, and
it was a rumble.
But just the way Serrano, those are considered two of the greatest female boxers of all time.
I mean, I could see it,
and they hold like that Serrano holds the belt in two weight divisions lower. Katie Taylor has like 4 belts.
I thought Serrano took the fight, if you want to know the truth. I feel like the judges messed up on that.
Man, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Maybe that's because I won some money on Katie Taylor, but I don't know that Serrano won. I mean, she's a more like flashy fighter, and she threw more punches. She threw heavier punches, but Katie Taylor's, just like you're saying, like Katie would take and then just he was throwing combos that were connecting, and it was awesome. I'm not even going to talk about the Jake Paul Tyson thing. It was tough to watch. I think nobody wanted to see him knocked out, including Jake Paul. I honestly think they probably met before and were like, hey, let's make $40 and $20 million right here and dance around the ring for 16 minutes and scam everybody.
Scammy Sosa.
And they did.
Scammy
Kershaw.
And they're going to do it again. It's happened over and over and over, and it's going to happen again, guys.
Yeah.
Don't pay for it. Don't pay for it. Just catch the YouTube clips the next day.
Hey, thanks for hanging out. This is going to be a fun episode. Got a couple video calls. We talked some deer hunting, talked some music. Go follow us.
Yep.
Go
5-star rating, please.
Go support us. Go comment. Go leave some comments on the stuff.
Tell everybody
reach out. Send us some DMs. It's because of you guys we get to do this, for real. We appreciate you. Anything else?
That's it, man. Thanks for being here.
All right, thanks for checking out this week's Bro Pod.
As we get out of here now.
This is very professional. See ya. 1, 2, 3. What what you mad at. That's pretty good.
Yeah, decent. I'll tell you what I'm mad at, man. I am mad at people who continue to micro zoom in on fruit to show us what bugs live on it before we eat it.
That is a good one.
Stop doing that.
You think I almost said FDR. You think RFK is gonna get bugs off our fruit?
I don't know, man, but I'm just telling you, like, I don't want to see the micropods that crawl around behind the seeds of my strawberries, dude. It makes me not even want to eat them. It makes me not even want to put Nutella on them.
And you need to eat them.
I don't know, man. I don't know if you're supposed to eat anymore. Stop doing that, man. Stop zooming in on food, bros.
That is gross, man. First of all, let's talk about what kind of camera you have to micro zoom into.
And here's the thing: there's so much misinformation out there just about life.
What are they? What's crawling on our fruit? What is it?
Anything? Is it just a ploy to
insects?
Get me? Because I'm gonna tell you something. Right now. The reason I don't like condiments and ketchup is because when I was in the kindergarten or first grade or something, they were showing us where tomatoes come from, and it was a documentary style thing on the classroom projector. And I remember them saying, we take the good tomatoes and we wrap them in cellophane and sell them in stores. We take the bad tomatoes and we turn them into ketchup. And it was like they showed the larvae of flies and stuff on the tomatoes. And now I can't smell. I squirt it out for my kids and it's still gross. Still gross, dude. Anyway, stop zooming in on food. It's one of those things that I'd rather not know.
That's a good one. That might be my favorite.
I don't want to know if you're playing me. Please don't let it show. Let it show, girl. If you can't take it anymore. If you're just playing it, please don't let it show.
Don't let it show, baby.
Let it show.
I don't want to
Stop zooming in on our food all the time. I'd rather not know and just think that I am eating things that are clean. I'm not sure. Stop zooming in on my food anymore. This is a freestyle on the podcast. Yeah, it's time to throw it back to when I just keep going off the dome. Now I'm passing it to Reid. So,
hey guys, I'm sitting here at God's country, just sitting here talking about music. We're in the podcast studio, me and my brother, eh? Yo,
studio.
Yeah.
All right.
It's been a while since that was a very white, rhythmic rap. Bugs on your food, gross.
Stop showing me.
You know what I'm glad at?
What?
I'm glad that the sunflower seed game has come to a point where we're trying just wacky flavors.
Yep.
I'm on a sunflower seed kick. I have been for like 6 months now. The other day, I don't even know where I was, but you showed me this brand called Biggs. And it's like it's like they get rid of the see you later on the small ones. Mm-hmm. It's the big, crunchy sunflower seeds in the middle.
I've been experimenting.
They've got a Taco Bell seasoning.
You sent me a picture
and
of it.
it is gas, dude.
Really?
It is gas. So, I mean, like, they have like what, ranch now, dill pickle, all this stuff. But if you run across the Taco Bell seasoning, big sunflower seeds, get them. And then it's going to make you stop at Taco Bell and get a cheesy gordita crunch.
I wish I could remember the one. Remember the ones I had that were the less salt?
Yeah, it might have just been like the less salt ones.
Yeah, but it was a specific type.
They're good. I'm really glad that we're at that point.
It was anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
What are you Googling? We're done with the sunflower seeds segment.
I know, but I want to put them on. They may sponsor us.
I wish Biggs would sponsor us. Those are gas. Quit Googling. Let's just get back into the podcast.
Okay.
We current deer status is what we're gonna go over first with you guys.
Chinook Seedery. That's who it is. So they're Chinook Seedery sponsor us. They had this one kind that was like garlic or something. Man, it was so good. Anyway, Chinook sponsor us. Thanks. We love your seeds.
They're not the Biggs.
I love Biggs too, but the salt content on these Chinook is a lot lower than what the other stuff is.
Gotcha.
Yep.
We were supposed to have a guest here, but that didn't work out. So we're freestyling right here off the dome. Me and Dan doing a bro episode. We gonna be talking about deer hunting and music. So settle in and choose it us as we talk about things that we want to. Cool.
Oh man, you're really out of practice.
Dan, what your deer doing at your place? I'm just kidding.
Hey.
We had a conversation last night that is pretty interesting.
We did.
We're November 18th. You've kind of seen, here's 2 reasons I have Facebook. 1 is Marketplace. 2 is to watch Tennessee deer hunters and see the Facebook page and see where, because you can watch that Facebook page and see kind of where the rut is going on and where it's not, and what counties it's in. And it's kind of moved from, it's always the same thing, like north, especially northeastern, northern Tennessee,
southern Kentucky
they start first. Mm-hmm. Big deer pictures. They're posting a ton of trespassers, which is hilarious. But they also post like their trail camera pictures of like, oh man, y'all see any rut activity here. So you can kind of keep up with it. Mm-hmm. And we're getting down to, it's like South Murray County, Wayne County, Hardin County.
Yeah.
We're in almost the 3rd week, about to be rifle season in South, or actually across the whole state of Tennessee. And it feels like we're there. And we were talking about last night, I sent a picture to Dan. We were going over some trail camera pictures, and there's a new deer that showed up on your place. And I was like, this is a cool deer. And you were like, man, isn't it crazy how a whole new crop of deer kind of can leave? Your bucks can leave, and then a whole new crop of deer roll in.
I mean,
it is that deer's rolling around checking does.
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
I mean, I had 2 10 points nightly, daily and nightly. I'm sorry.
So politely.
Enough of that.
That other one was pretty good that I did.
And they're gone, dude. Like, I haven't seen a picture. They're gone.
Hopefully they're not gone.
Hopefully they're not shot gone. They're just chasing does and not doing the look at me thing.
Yeah. So, and the thing is, in where we hunt in southern Tennessee, it's not there yet.
It's not.
No, it's like, it's just, I saw a picture last night of a buck like walking around, like does coming through the food plot,
and then a buck.
Then bucks coming through the food plot. So
buddy, I'm not gonna say his name, but you'll know who it is by this voice. Called and left me a voicemail and said, "Hey Dan,
oh yeah,
I'm just calling to let you know you need to get in the woods in Wayne County here pretty soon. They starting to do it.
Yeah, that's our guy.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Ride flying up burning private jets.
There goes Dan with his long hair. I seen it from down here.
He would know.
He knows.
I mean, he's the perfect. Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, man, I'm excited. We're gonna do some hunting this weekend, and then Thanksgiving week is next week, and that is when it goes down, man. And I thought this is one of the things I've heard this year that is super interesting and been to me, and it's kind of holding true, is that you're going to hear people say, "Oh, well, there wasn't a rut this year," or "The rut is a week late," or
it's happening
or 2 weeks late. Yeah, it does. But there have been tons and tons and tons of reports. There's ample information to say that in your area where you hunt, on that farm, whatever region, the rut is going to take place within 3 to 5 days every year at the same time. So I always have looked back and been like, oh, when did I see this a mature 5-year-old chasing a doe? That's when it's happening, man. That's when it's happening.
Yeah, we're within a week of that.
South. I mean, we're in it, you know, right, in our area and other places. Sure. So get in the woods. It's happening. The time you wait for all year long is happening.
Speaking of being in the woods, we had a listener reach out and was strictly listening to our podcast only because of the country music aspect, and through the brutal education that we give of hunting and how much it means to us. I'm just gonna say it, dude. This is like a humble brag.
It's pretty cool, huh?
On the pod, humble brag. Decided to take up hunting. He went and got his license. He did hunter safety. He borrowed a gun from his brother, correct? And
he went and did hunter safety, did not have a high license.
He's legit.
How cool is that?
Man? I know, man. It's pretty cool.
What's his name? Tad Tatum. Shout out Tad, dude.
Great name,
dude. If you weren't a deer hunter and had the name Tad Tatum, and now you're a deer hunter, and that's a great deer hunting.
And look, to all of
Tad
those who are hunters and have tagged us in your kill pics and wearing merch and stuff, thank you for that. You guys are valued as well.
Yeah, keep doing that. Keep sending us these stories.
Please. It's fun.
Like this one.
It's also inspiring.
Do we have the video?
I don't know why anybody listens to us.
Do we have the video?
There's no video.
No,
we have.
it's a voice thing.
Yeah.
Just
It's
play.
pretty cool, man.
Play it. Let's play.
Have you heard it?
Yeah, I've heard it.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. Let's just play it and
Give it to Reid.
the top one. All right, Tad Tatum. Here's a picture of him and his buck.
Yeah, let's show the buck, man.
I don't know. We might have to zoom in on that or something.
Strong 10, man. Strong 10.
Yeah, go check out Tad Tatum. Look at him, dude. He's so happy. Too,
I'm
man.
so happy for him,
bro. All right, let's listen to this.
No, it's the top.
The top one's 5 minutes.
No, keep scrolling up above. There's like a 45-second one.
Like a 39-second. Oh, I see. Okay, here we go.
I needed to, sorry to send a random picture, but I need to share this because I never thought that I would be a hunter. I started listening to your podcast and like earlier
Wait, you just sped up?
Yeah, you made it go fast.
It says 1.5. I was like, this guy talks
he doesn't
fast.
sound like that. That's what it says.
And over time, I started listening because I'm a songwriter and I love that kind of stuff.
Okay. She.
I needed to, sorry to send a random picture, but I need to share this because I never thought that I would be a hunter. I started listening to your podcast in like early spring, maybe even February of this year. Started listening to it. I live on like 18 acres, and over time, I started listening because I'm a songwriter and I love that kind of stuff, and I just love hearing the conversation. And then here I am, 8, 9, 10 months later, and I laid this guy down in my backyard. It's a funny story. I'll spare you the details because I want to keep this under a minute. But anyway, I was so psyched whenever I did it, and I just think it's hilarious that I never thought I would hunt. And after listening to your podcast, here I am.
Hey, Tad Tatum,
Let's
dude.
give a round of applause for Tad Tatum.
Congratulations on your first buck. Shows deer blind.
Shows deer blind. Is this it? Is this the pool?
Yeah, he did it on his back porch.
Oh, his deer blind is he's got like on his back porch.
He had a little rest set up.
He got a little rest and his gun sitting there.
Anyway, that's awesome, man. We're real proud of people who take their
Dude,
first
how
buck.
awesome is that?
And
man?
to know we kind of maybe helped. Look, it's all you.
That's what we try to do, right? And we're not out to
I think unintentionally, yes.
Yeah, is want to inspire, whether it be songwriters or outdoorsmen, current or new, and
Yeah,
man,
I think sometimes we focus
that's
a lot
awesome.
on the negatives of our business as far as like how hard it is and how, but honestly, it's just like deer hunting. And I try to put myself in the mindset of somebody honking outside. I try to put myself in the mindset of somebody who's never hunted or never written a song. And the truth is, man, you can do it. You can do it.
Absolutely.
And if you listen to our podcast, you may get some tips on how to get started. But it's so inspiring just to see somebody go, you know what, man?
I'm gonna do something.
I think I can figure this thing out.
Absolutely.
And going through the proper avenues to get licensed and to harvest a deer and to know what to do with it after you kill it, right? I know that's overwhelming. It sounds overwhelming. It would be to me too. But the truth is, it's just like anything else. You just got to dive in. And
that's inspiring to me for to see a story like that come through. And yeah, we had a small part of that. Like that's inspiring for me to keep on doing this, man.
Sure,
and
totally.
talk about it and share our experiences and listen to other ones. And yeah, so hey, y'all keep sending in stuff like that, man. That's super cool to see. We asked him to send us the full story, and he sent us a 5-minute long voice memo of the full story. It's super cool.
I hadn't heard that one yet.
Thanks for following, man. Thanks for listening, and congrats, bro. That's sick.
Yeah,
that's sick.
Another little guy that I have been taking turkey hunting the last couple of years. He killed a little buck last night. He's getting mounted.
Oh, that's awesome.
I said little buck. It's actually a nice deer. Yep,
that's great.
Yeah, man. You gotta just. And it's one of those things where he just took the bull by the horns, decided he wanted to do it, and he sent me a picture lifting it up with the tractor, man.
Dude, it's easy to think about what you want. It's easy to think about how awesome a picture would be on the back of a truck with a deer. The real test is when you go do it. Is when you go put your mind to it and figure it out. And props to those cats that are doing that.
Yep.
Was there any more like DMs or anything we need to go over?
Zach saying that you're a better golfer.
Oh yeah. Yeah. There was a hot take that I'm a better golfer than I am an outdoorsman. And if you look at this year's track record, that's probably true.
Not for me.
Been playing some good luck golf lately.
I've been killing some big deer lately, so.
One big deer lately.
Real big, though.
Yeah, he's right there. I see him.
Yeah, real big.
Talk about him a whole lot.
Yep.
Gonna
always talk about him.
Yeah. What else are we going over? What's up in music world?
Nothing.
CMAs this week.
Yep.
It's
the old slow down time of the year for most people, kind of putting
Yeah.
the brakes on, getting ready to spend some time at home with the families, and I'm ready to do that myself.
Yeah.
Not this week though, because I got a full week.
Awards week. It's always wild. BMI's tomorrow night. CMA's. Well, I guess this is gonna be last. Yeah. So anyway, it feels like this is kind of the last week where everybody's going 100 miles an hour, and then next week's Thanksgiving, everybody takes off all week. Pretty much, you should if you don't, and then December hits, and yeah, it's pretty much slow down time till January. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to it.
This would probably be a perfect segue into the Michael Heeney bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and speak that into existence. Let's go now live to Michael Heeney and see what his report is on the CMAs.
All right. Welcome to our breaking news CMA Award Week's rundown with Michael P. Heeney.
What's your music? What music went off in your head when you said breaking news? All right, wait, ready?
Breaking news to me would be Mark Knopfler's coming out with a new album.
Oh man, that'd be good.
Wouldn't that be
my breaking news?
All right, breaking news. The CMAs are this week, and to weigh in on the
I'm weighing in
on the nominees.
So Entertainer of the Year.
All right, we're going.
Entertainer of the Year, we're going.
All right, Michael Heeney.
Luke Combs, Jelly Roll, Chris Stapleton, Morgan Wallace, and Lainey Wilson. It's too early for Lainey, although she'll eventually get it because she's so talented. Morgan Wallace, I'm trying to still figure out. I like Jelly Roll, man, because he's big, he's fat, and he's got a good heart voice, man. He's got a soul.
Yeah.
But it's either going to be Luke Combs or Chris Stapleton.
Okay, so who are you giving it to?
Oh, crap.
Definitive answer.
It's either Luke Combs or Chris Stapleton.
All right, next.
I think Chris Stapleton's had more press this year, so it'll probably be Chris Stapleton.
Okay, all right. Single of the year.
No. You got to go to Album of the Year.
Okay, Album of the Year.
You got Casey Musgraves. You got Luke Combs. Higher in Leather by Cody Johnson. I'm having to go with Father and Son Luke Combs.
Yes! That's what we
Is that nominated? I didn't even know that was nominated.
Album of the Year. That's what I needed you to say.
Come on. Hey,
I think that.
what's your favorite song on that?
Female Vocal of the Year. Kelsey Ballerini. Ashley McBride, Megan Maroney, Casey Musgraves. It's Lainey Wilson.
All right, Lainey LW. Getting the dub. Okay.
Just got a highway named after her.
Lainey's real, got an honest voice, and she's very smart.
I agree.
And also,
okay, male vocalist of the year.
Yep.
Luke Combs, Jelly Roll. Again, I dig his singing. Chris Stapleton. It's either Morgan Wallen. It's either Stapleton or Luke Combs.
Okay.
It's a tough call, man, because they both sing so good.
You don't think they're going to give?
Someone asked me last week if I could sing like anybody, who would it be? Of course, I first thought of Ray Charles, but they didn't know who that person was. And then I said, I'd like to, somewhere in between Chris Stapleton, Luke Combs, and Vince Gill. I'd like to.
Oh, gosh. A little velvet gravel road there. Yeah, I like that.
I like to be all three of those.
You don't
Vocal group of the year, honestly, who gives a shit? You got Lady A, Little Big Town. You know, Little Big Town in person sing just amazing.
Indeed, they do.
It's freaky how good they are.
Right.
Yeah.
Red Cray Strays, Zach Brown Band. I thought they were all sick or went away. Old Dominion. I guess because they're hip, maybe Old Dominion.
I've seen a thing, Heeney, that says if Red Clay Strays doesn't win that, people are going to riot. That's how much.
really?
That's how many people like Red Clay Strays.
It's a new day out there.
But
Well, I need to go investigate.
But
that.
they don't think they'll win because it's not like as mainstream as some of those other nominees.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I would probably like it. Brooks and Dunn, Brothers Osborne. This is Duo of the Year.
Okay.
This is kind of, again, who cares?
Okay.
War and Treaty, Maddie and Tay. I can't believe they're still around. Man, I'm going to pass on this one.
Okay. Well, I think they got to give it to Brooks and Dunn, right? It's going to be a moment.
I don't think so.
Really?
They've been back together for a couple years now. I don't know.
We knew it was gonna be.
I love the Brothers Osborne should win that one every year, but
Yeah, I would think so. He's a hell of a guitar player.
Yep.
Okay, New Artist of the Year.
Oh, this is my favorite thing we've ever done.
Shabuzi. Nate Smith, Mitchell Tenpenny, Bailey Zimmerman, Zach Ty. I love Mitchell Tenpenny as a human being, but Nate Smith should win this.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's got a real voice, and he's had a couple number ones, and he's a real guy.
That's right. He is.
Yeah. I like Zach Top a whole lot, but I don't think he's been around long enough.
Okay, Single of the Year, a bar song. Shabuzi. Whatever it is. We got Dirt Cheap, which is a really well-written song by Cody Johnson. I Had Some Help, Post Malone featuring Morgan Wallen. White Horse. I'm thinking it's either going to be the Post Malone, Morgan Wallen, I Had Some Help, or Lainey Wilson's pretty hot. It could be, Watermelon. No, I'm going to go for Dirt Cheap. Oh, shit, I don't know.
Yeah, I think so, too. I think you're right with that.
Yeah, I think so, too. I think Dirt Cheap's got a real good shot at that one.
Shout out Josh Phillips.
It's just really well written.
Did you know that's 100%er? He wrote it by himself.
Did he really?
Josh Phillips, yep.
Well, good for him, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's good, dude.
Okay, next we got Song of the Year. Burn It Down. Hillary Lindsay, Parker McCollum, Laura McKinney, Liz Rose. Only 4 writers. Dirt Cheap, Josh Phillips. I Had Some Help. Oh, my God.
Don't read them all. It'll take a minute.
Hold on. Louis Bell, Ashley Gorley, Charlie Handsome, Hoskins, Austin, Post, Ernest Keith. That's 9 writers.
Yeah, man. Splitting it up.
Big song.
White Horse. I'm going with Dirt Cheap.
Okay.
I like it.
All right.
I like it.
All right.
Music Event of the Year, again, kind of like who cares?
Yeah.
It's all marketing. Kelsey Ballerini with Noah Kahan. Never heard it. had some help. Post Malone. Yeah, I dig. I like it.
Yeah. You like Post Malone?
Yeah, I like his singing, and I like. I saw a thing on YouTube where he was sitting down, just playing some stuff with a guitar,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like, I was out doing a writing thing, and Miranda Lambert, who's great.
Yeah, she's great.
We were on the bus, and she was just sitting, just with a guitar, singing songs. And I thought, man, she's like the best thing I'd ever heard since sitting down here at Tammy Wynette.
Mm-hmm.
Just that honest, real shit.
Man, that new record's so good. Have you spun it yet? The new record?
No.
It's really, really good. You should check it out.
Last record I ordered last week was Zeppelin 4.
Ooh, baby.
Hey, give us your little your 2-minute rundown on these pop artists like Post Malone getting into country music.
Man, I don't care. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Where's Ernie Stop?
What's up, Ernie?
What's up, Ernie?
There's the studio.
I miss it.
I love that place.
I'm getting it backed up, dialed up. I'm doing updates today.
Yeah, baby.
I'm thinking on musical event of the year. We'll go in a minute. Relax. It'd probably be Morgan Wallen with Eric Church, Man Made a Beer.
Yep.
I'm with that. That's your boy. That's your boy.
Video, I don't care about. Musician of the Year. Oh my gosh. Bukovac, Fleener, Paul Franklin, Rob McNally, Charlie. I want them all in a band.
That'd be a good
no
band.
doubt.
That'd be a good band.
They all win. Pop people getting into. I don't care, man.
Yeah.
I think it's anything that broadens us. Excuse me. As long as it's good,
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'm with you.
You know,
I'm with you.
As long as it's good, come on in.
Yeah, come on in.
Yeah, I feel that same way. Yeah, I feel that same way. As long as they don't try to make it, and they're doing a country music thing, which I think Post did with that record.
I think Post Malone, the deal is with him. Man, he's just a kind of a humble sort of let me sing a song kind of guy.
Yeah, he genuinely is that guy. I mean, just kind of happy to be here kind of thing.
He probably needs to be in this market more than he does the little poppy rock shit.
Hey, out of the hundreds of years you've been here on this earth, who's the worst pop crossover into country you've seen?
Oh shit!
Like who was real bad?
Aerosmith guy.
Yeah, Steven Tyler, he was real bad.
Someone actually gave me that album to listen to, and the musicianship on it was pretty cool, but the that was awful.
The one that shocked me was Shania. I mean, not Shania. What's the girl that everybody wanted songs like? And so then they were like, okay, just come on in. It's Sheryl Crow. Yeah, remember when Sheryl Crow came over and nobody cared, man. Nobody cared.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just doesn't connect.
I don't know. Shit. There's you genuinely got a crap load of rocky pop people that like country.
Yeah, that's right.
I saw a thing on the Stones the other day. And they're naming all the R&B cats and the country craps that they all grew up listening to.
Yeah.
And you realize it's all just a blend of whatever, and you got a bunch of idiots putting it in categories.
Yeah, that's true.
But when I spin stuff on iTunes, it's going to be all over the place. And some of it's going to be John Anderson. From our John Anderson to John Anderson, the singer of Yes. It's going to be just anything that's good.
That's right.
I feel that.
So
that's why you like those Red Clay Strays, guys. You need to check them out. They're cool.
I will for sure check them. Anything that's new, exciting to me, I will go.
Zach Top too. He's got a cool thing. I don't know if you've heard any of his stuff.
I don't care for his name. Zach Top. They made that up.
They did take. It's like Zach Toppenhammer or something. They just took.
Yeah, he's probably Zach Berlinski or something. They changed it over.
Hey, he's got to go somewhere.
Hey, we love you. Thanks for hanging out with us. We might call you for the Grammys or something.
Good luck trying to find last minute suckers.
Thanks. Love you so much, man.
All right, be good. We'll talk to you. Bye.
Have lots of babies.
All right, we are.
Well, Heeney is awesome, and
that went exactly the way I expected it to.
Yeah, I didn't even need a list.
Yeah, you didn't even need to say anything.
All right, man, we got Con Man
coming to you live from not the studio,
Kansas, baby,
middle of Kansas,
dude. Just land of big deer, dude. What's up, Con? Thanks for jumping on with us today, dude.
Man, it's a rainy Monday morning here in the Midwest.
Phire Creek Outdoors.
He said not to say that, and it was the first thing you
not
said.
To say what?
Outfitters. He said Phire Creek Outdoors.
I know. I think the sweatshirt I have says Phire Creek Outfitters.
No, it doesn't.
Phire Creek Outdoors, Konnor Hickle.
No, I don't.
Hey, just give us a rundown. So
the Konnor Hickle crisis.
We've Kansas, your season's been going since September, 12th, 13th? When did it open?
Yeah, so for youth season, it opened like the 5th.
Okay. And what is it, November
18th?
Today's the 18th.
18th?
Yep.
Today's the 18th for real?
Yeah.
Jeez, that's crazy.
Yep.
I didn't know that we were late that far in November. Give us a buck count. Just give us a buck count of how many you've taken and all that.
So our youth and disability season, we went 3 for 3. Muzzleloader was 10 for 13. And then so far with bow, we are 11 for 13.
Jeez. Decent numbers right there, up in the 90 percentile, I would say.
Sounds like a good percentage.
So if somebody wants to get in touch with you and line something up, how do they do that?
Man, just go to firecreek.com and all of our stuff's there, man. All of our stuff's there.
Give us a so if you want to holler at Konnor, check that out. Give us a rut report. What are the deer doing?
So, man, with us, we obviously have a camp in north central Oklahoma, and then we have our camp up here in Kansas. It's kind of been a reverse this year. So Oklahoma started rutting earlier on our farms down there, at least. And then up here, it was kind of slow. We got a good cold front here about 2 weeks ago, and it kind of jump-started things. And, man, it's, in my opinion, I've heard it from a lot of people, but in my opinion, it's the best rut I have personally ever experienced.
Ever.
I would say, for me, which you all have been here, so I have ground 45 minutes south and I have ground 45 minutes north of my house. Well, we realized last week that the deer down south were still in that like chasing phase, and then the deer up north were in lockdown. Mm-hmm. And so we were able to kind of adjust. But for us here right now, with this rain hitting, I would say that the rest is going to get prolonged a little bit longer, especially going to amplify that scent off those hot does. And I would say it's going to drag on for another, I would say at least week and a half of pure between lockdown and chasing. Them bucks will be on them does for a couple days, and then they'll come off, and that's when we're going to try to kill them, is when they're coming off those does. So
why is that? Why do you key in on when they're coming off the does to try to pattern them or as you say, kill them?
So there's no patterning in November. I always tell people, they always ask me for trail camera pictures this time of year. I just tell them I'm not going to send you any, because the deer I show you right now could be 10 miles away by the morning.
Oh, yeah.
So what I talked about, like, instead of targeting a deer, necessarily, you're not really targeting that deer. You're targeting where your core does are. So if you have 3 big does coming into a spot, he comes in, finds out one of them bought, he's going to take her away, or she's going to take him away. Mm-hmm. And then after he breeds her, he's going to come back to check on those other does. That's, you're hunting those spots based off, he's going to come in a rut, because they have these rut areas, right? Mm-hmm. That rut area may be, 2 miles long, or it might be on a big mature deer. Like, we're chasing a deer that's probably pushing over 200 right now. He's daylighting like every 3 days. Mm. And that every 3 days he's daylighting. He was at noon the other day. And then he'd show up like right at 5:40, like right at dark. So he's kind of in this, he's rutting in this probably half-mile area. And he's breeding these does just in this core little area.
Yeah.
And so when you get into a big deer like that, his core area is not very big, but you get into like a 4-year-old. Man, we had a 4-year-old show up on a camera at 4:40 in the afternoon about a week ago. And by 4:55, he had walked 3.5 miles and was on another camera.
Goodness.
So, like a 4-year-old or 3-year-old deer, his range is going to be so big, just because the big, 6, 7, 8-year-old deer are pushing those deer out.
Yeah, kind of
holding
down.
So they aren't really having a chance at breeding some of them does,
Yeah.
So they're having to move.
Jeez, man. This is getting me fired up already. Just talking about deer gets me fired up.
Hey, speaking of 200-inch deer, above your face, you may have a rack that you were a big part of getting it here and on the ground. Dan, what would you like to say about that?
I'm gonna be honest with you, Konnor. Since it made its way into my hands, it's barely left my sight. I'm gonna be real with you. I sent Reid a picture last night. I was watching Alone, and you can see the TV screen, and then on the on the out of it, it's just the rack sitting in my lap. I like to just pick it up, turn it around, and try to find something I had never seen before on it.
I was like, why don't you just like make a belt buckle and that be the or like put a chain around it and wear it as a necklace.
That was a pretty.
Man, I'm gonna be honest. I'm doing the same thing with mine.
Yeah, that was a pretty special week we had there, buddy.
4-day stretch, man. You can't ask for more than that.
No, you can't. Did you genuinely think that we were going to find that deer after seeing it across the road on us 2 nights before? Did you genuinely think we'd have a shot at that deer?
Man, so like I listened to your story and the way you told it, and like you hit it pretty dead on.
Did I miss anything up? I might have missed.
No, I think you hit it perfect. I mean, I think the whole
except for the part. Sorry, Konnor. Except for the part where he said he backflipped off the tailgate. I guarantee you that
Konnor was there. He saw that.
I didn't see it, man. I was so focused on trying to get down out of that ladder. I was hanging like a monkey, man.
You were. You were fast though. You like warp speeded down in front of that truck.
Yeah, I go into this like I don't know what you want to call it. This mode of like kill mode. I don't know what you call it.
Big Buck Konnor mode.
Hey, dude, we both kicked into a mode there. I mean, we both handled our business right there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I know that one thing in that whole thing was there was a lot of doubt on whether we'd find that deer again. You know, I'm like I have a lot to learn about the big deer world. I feel like I've learned a lot over the last several years here doing it, but I think we're going into year 9 here of doing this full time. So I think that there's a lot of doubt in people, like they don't realize during that early stage of muzzleloader, when you're hunting them in the milo like that, they can be so consistent. So if you see that deer anywhere relatively close, especially a deer of that caliber, you know, we're talking about 6, 7, 8-year-old animal, you know, them deer just don't move a lot that time of year. So when you guys said, oh, he's in this bean field and this and that, I was like, man, like, I bet you there's a milo field close by. And then obviously we went over that next morning. I can't remember, Dan, I think you slept in that morning, actually.
Yeah, remember the milo was, remember my eyes swole up real bad?
Yeah.
I was trying to, plus honestly, 4 dudes tromping around the milo is 2 dudes too much. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember we went and Konnor was like, okay, this is where he saw him. This is probably where he's coming out. Let's look over here in this milo field and let's see where I think, I bet he's bedding right there in that grove of trees. He's got water in the middle of it. I bet he's right there. And lo and behold, that's about where.
Well, and like that was part of it too. We went over there as me and Reid. I got out of the truck. Remember, we were driving along the road, and I was like, "You're like, what are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm looking for tracks," because he's coming across this road to the beans. So and then all of a sudden, you find these tracks, and it's like, okay, like if he's here, you know, he's going to be in this milo, and he's coming out of this milo to go to this water in this pasture. And like this is his routine. You know, he makes this loop every day. And ultimately, I think it had a lot to do with God, obviously, and coming out and showing out for us. You know, obviously the day we killed them with the rainbow, and
no doubt,
and the way it all come together, man, it was just so special.
Ain't no doubt.
I don't think anybody kills that deer if it wasn't for y'all driving down the road, seeing them at 10:30 at night, putting this thing together. You know, I really didn't think y'all. Or probably y'all are probably calling me crazy when I told y'all drop a pin. You know,
we'll
figure out where it
for
is
sure.
Tomorrow.
No, we definitely were. I didn't even know how to do it.
Man, like 90% of that caliber are killed that way because you know they just don't show themselves. Like that deer's just not showing himself to everybody.
Right.
You know, there was no trees in that area. You know, the few little trees in that milo field and.
Yep.
Where that pond was, there was 4 big trees. Like there just wasn't anything there. So that I knew that he had to have been living in that milo field. The way it went down, did I expect that? No.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously for us to stand up there and I look down and he's 60 yards walking through the milo and it's just like.
Yeah, a lot of things have to line up for something like that to go down.
Yeah, I mean, man, like the scenario and the way it went down. And
who do you think freaked out more, me or you, when the deer was coming out?
Oh, me for sure, dude. I mean,
big deer Konnor mode.
No, and this isn't anything against you at all. Like he was a hunter. You know, some of the bigger deer you've killed, obviously at this caliber. Like I knew what kind of caliber this deer was because I've been around it for so long. And I think at that point, you may have thought it was a big deer. Like you're like, oh, that's a good deer.
Yeah.
I don't think you understood the caliber of what
No
you're
question.
chasing at that
Absolutely.
moment.
No, I definitely didn't. I mean, you
know, and,
yeah.
and that's for me, when I saw that deer and I knew that caliber, it was like, man, we get one shot. You know, these big deer do not give you multiple opportunities. And so you have one shot to make this happen.
sure.
And I was just trying to make it with the scenario and the truck being right there. And it was just wild, man. I'll never forget it. It was very climatic, very crazy. I don't know what else to put it. Man.
No,
it was wild.
It was awesome.
Konnor, we love you. We'll thanks for the Midwest Rut Report and hanging out with us for a few minutes. Good luck the rest of the season. Send us some pictures, and we'll see you.
Check him out on Instagram. You can DM him. You can get to him. It's not hard to find Konnor Hickle. He's all over everything.
Yeah, go check out his Instagram or Facebook. You'll see giant deer.
See some giant deer. He delivers.
Hey, we'll see you in a few weeks, buddy.
Appreciate you, man. Take care.
See you,
All right, pal.
See
See
you,
ya.
buddy.
All right, bye.